Vision of Heroes. Summon a random 6-cost minion, then give it Taunt and Lifesteal. Right? Hello, Snugglebugs. Welcome to today's Hearts of the Year, coming at you to review the Priest cards for the Titans, a set that comes out in a few weeks. We have first here the Stars Align, a 3-mana spell, transform minions in your hand into ones that cost 3 more. So it's kind of like Deck of Lunacy, but for minions and only in your hand. So if you have a bunch of minions in your deck, except for the Stars Align, you could build it around to basically come up with big, beefy minions super fast, because they say they keep the original cost. So let's say you have a 4-cost minion in your hand. It turns into a 7-cost, but remains costing 4. So then you can, boom, play a big minion on turn 4, 5, 6, etc. So again, just like the card name says, the stars would have to align to make this card really well, but I think it's one of those cards where when it works, it'll work really well. Also interesting to note, Arcane in Priest. I could be wrong. I don't think you see that too often, so I'm interested to see what kind of things can pop off. You could also get really unlucky and get a card that evolves, similar to Shaman, into something more expensive that's either worse or, just not good in general. Next up, we have Student of the Stars, a 3-mana, 4/3 Death Rattle. Shuffle a copy of this into your deck with a permanent +3/+3. I mean, for that effect, when you think about it, it should have started off, at least it's just a basic 3/3 in my opinion. 4/3 is just decent stats, right? I think this card is actually really good because it goes into your deck. It says a permanent copy, or it gets permanent +3/+3. So the way I read that is, since it's permanent, it becomes a 3-mana 7/6 Death Rattle, get a 10/9, and etc. So games have to go on for a really long time for you to truly see value in this, but that's Priest, right? Other than Undead Priest, I think this is a very good Priest card for that reason, and I'm kind of excited to play it. Next up, we have a Shapeless Constellation, 8-mana, 8/8, Battlecry, transform into an 8/8 copy of a random minion in your hand. So again, maybe you're playing that card I just showed you. All of a sudden, this becomes an 8/8 version with Death Rattle, goes in your deck, becomes an 11/11, and you can cycle through. There's obviously more things you can do with that. Titans, as an example, which we'll get into. This should be able to copy your Titan, which would be huge, just huge. But yeah, I think this is just good. 8-mana, 8/8, obviously with no effect effectively, but since you can sort of choose what effect you want it to have, fantastic. 4-mana spell called Serenity, which is a nice, it's beautiful. Reduces the attack of enemy minions by 2. And then destroys anything with 0 attack. First of all, the fact it destroys anything with 0 attack at the end means that in reality this could also be just used to board wipe like Totem Shaman, because it'll kill any of their totems. Even if they buff it with Stonewright, it'll give them -2 attack first. I think this is a nice, interesting potential board clear for Priest against aggro decks. I know aggro decks sometimes have obviously 3 and 4 attack, but plus, even if it doesn't kill them, it'll reduce your incoming damage, so you can try to deal with them in another way. I think this is a good card. I think it'll depend on the meta, right? If you're playing, again, against a lot of aggro-y decks with low attack minions, maybe this would be good, but then if not, it wouldn't be. It's just the way I guess all cards are, but that's just my take. So we have our first Priest legendary here, Rarran, which is a 6-mana, 5/5 Death Rattle. Summon each other minion you've played this game that didn't start in your deck. So again, we have the things that shuffle. Technically, those wouldn't have started in your deck because it's a new copy, as you could end up getting more and more and more, swarming the board with these big death rattling minions. Sorry, go back to that for a sec. Because even good, I never thought, even honestly, in Thief Priest, it's kind of give you the what's her name? Kind of gives you the Tess Greymane effect in Thief Priest, which could be really good. Next up, we have a 3-mana Restore 8 health. Discover a card that costs the amount overhealed. So, you maybe need to heal 5. This gives you a 3-mana card. It's just a value. It's a good heal card if you need all 8, but it's also got some value to it if you need it. 2-mana, 2/2, Battlecry, discover a legendary Priest minion from the past. So anything in the wild format, I believe that's a Priest minion, can then be discovered. Obviously good, just value, but there's a lot of crappy Priest minions. There's some good ones, but there's a lot of crappy ones. So I think this will really just depend on if you need a 2-mana filler, but other than that, this could be, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be that great. Coming back to this real quick, because I noticed as I was flipping off of it, specifically, even though I said it out loud, I just realized this is legendary and it's Discover. So the pool shouldn't be that big, and the fact you can Discover should hope that most of the time you actually get a really good one. So I'll take that back and say that this may actually see a ton of play. Now that my brain connected the legendary piece, I think this should see a lot of play. This is our Forge card for Priest, so super quick. I'll just go over it. Forge cards can go over your deck for 2 mana and upgrade them. So base, this is a 2 mana, discover a copy of a minion from your deck. Forge, get another copy. So again, you get that 4/3 guy I was talking about. Maybe it's buffed up to the 7/6. All of a sudden, boom, you get 2 copies of it, and then you cycle through. I think that's going to be a neat deck. I'm personally looking forward to trying that out. Even if you just play it right off the hop, like you don't forge it, you can get that. It allows you to tutor that minion potentially, right? And then you can start getting it real big real quick. Then we have a 1 mana Astral Automaton, kind of like the new Pogo Hopper. Has a +1/+1 for each other Astral Automaton you've summoned this game. Which again, if you get copies from that card I just showed, you can play it over and over again, and things like that. So it's really good. You have ways to copy and add it to your hand. With Priest as well, so maybe you can just keep playing them and getting some buff. It's not going to be as crazy as Pogo Hopper, I don't think, but definitely worth, I think, throwing in your deck in my mind. We'll see. It depends, I guess. If you have at least 1 or 2 ways to copy this, it's worth it, because even your second one would be a 1 mana 2/2, and if you can get 1 copy, 1 mana 3/3 is really powerful. But yeah. Then last, we have the Titan Priest, which I'm so excited, so excited to play. I'm on Thule. So first, real quick, Titans, big minions can't attack until all 3 of the abilities are played. When they use an ability the turn they're summoned, and then 1 ability every other turn. And as you can see here, Amon Thule says after this uses an ability, discover any legendary minion. Now I know I don't know if this just means you discover from any pool, so you still get 3 options, or you literally get to just pick any legendary minion in the game. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments down below if that was announced. I'm actually not sure. Discovery just says 1 of 3 usually. So I'm thinking it's from any pool, which could mean you get not great ones. But its effects are choose a non-Titan minion, summon a copy of it with 2/2/2, which huge. Strike from history, choose 2 enemy minions, remove them from the game. So it's a 7 mana, effectively remove 2 and a 3/10 body, and discover a legendary minion. Already would be instant played in my mind, even if that was its only ability once. Vision of Hero. Summon a random 6-cost minion, then give it Taunt and Lifesteal. Right? Like, I'm sorry. These are just fantastic for control decks. Discover legendary minions as well. You get effectively 3 even if this lives. I'm excited. I love me some control priests. But let me know about your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more on the gameplay when the Titans expansion is released. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one.